They say when a river dries up, it doesn't mean the fish are gone. Sometimes they hide beneath the sand, waiting for rain. That's how the people of Okwudiri felt the day Amara came back. She had left like a whisper, but she returned like thunder. Let me tell you her story. From humble beginnings to whispered riches, from the laughter of her youth to the silence of secrets. This is the tale of Amara, the girl who left, the woman who returned. Okwudiri was a village tucked between hills that wore a shawl of mist each morning. The Osimiri River flowed past it like a storyteller with nowhere to go. Life there was slow, shaped by sun and soil. People were poor, but they smiled easily. Amara was the only child of Obi and Neka. Obi was a palm wine tapper, his skin always smelling faintly of fermented sweetness. Neka was a market woman who sold groundnuts wrapped in newspaper cones. They were good people, honest and kind, and they loved their daughter with the quiet urgency of those who knew life could be cruel. But Amara had a hunger in her eyes that rice and stew could not satisfy. She read books from the missionary school library, books about places where trains roared underground and buildings reached for the sky. She watched Lagos on the tiny black and white TV in Papa Chibuezi's compound like a child peering into heaven. When Amara turned 19, she stood before her parents. "I want to leave." Obi frowned. "To where?" "Lagos. I want to work, maybe study. I want to try." Neka's hands trembled as she held a basket of onions. "The city eats people, Amara. Girls vanish there." Amara touched her mother's arm. "Then let me vanish chasing something better." After 2 months of saving, planning, and praying, she boarded a rickety bus at dawn, a kenta bag clutched to her chest. Her mother wept quietly. Her father placed a small crucifix in her palm. "Don't forget who you are," he said. She smiled, eyes brimming. "I won't." And just like that, Amara vanished into the morning mist. 7 years passed, like leaves in the wind. Then, one quiet afternoon, a black SUV pulled into the village. It was big and sleek, like a beast from another world. Children chased it, laughing and shouting. Old men sat up straighter. Women abandoned their cooking fires. When the door opened, a tall woman stepped out. She wore a flowing gown of deep green silk. Her hair cascaded down in soft waves. Gold bracelets clinked at her wrist. Sunglasses shielded her eyes. But when she removed them, gasps rippled through the crowd. "Amara!" Her mother dropped her broom. "Mama!" Amara said. They embraced tightly, like people pulling each other out of a dream. News spread faster than fire on dry grass. Amara is back, and she is rich. She built a 2-story house for her parents, complete with a generator, running water, and satellite TV. She donated money to the church, sponsored the repair of the village borehole, and handed out food and wrappers to the elderly. But when asked what she did in Lagos, Amara smiled. "I worked." "Doing what?" Papa Kalu asked. "Many things, business, online work." People nodded. They didn't understand, but money has a way of silencing questions. For a while. At first, Amara's return was a blessing. Children adored her. Elders blessed her. Young women envied her. But soon, envy became suspicion. Suspicion became whispers. "Her wealth is too much," said Mama Ejima. "And too sudden." "She doesn't go to church," noted Father Ikenna. "She has no husband, no children. What woman lives alone in a mansion?" Amara, for her part, kept to herself. She hosted quiet dinners, helped local girls apply to nursing programs, and spoke little of the past. Then, one afternoon, a stranger arrived. He was tall, with a well-trimmed beard and the confident gait of someone used to city noise. He asked for Amara. "Tell her Cheek is here." When Amara saw him, her face changed. The confident smile vanished, replaced by something else. Fear? Regret? They spoke for hours behind closed doors. After he left, Amara disappeared from the village for 3 days. Her house was locked. Her phone went unanswered. Whispers turned into theories. She ran away with someone's money. That man is her husband from Lagos. She did Yahoo work. That's why she can't talk. The village buzzed with stories. The truth came like thunder on a clear day. 2 months after Cheek's visit, a convoy of vehicles rolled into Okwudiri. Police, journalists, and a federal task force. They went straight to Amara's compound. Miss Amara Obi, you are under arrest for cyber fraud, illegal foreign investment scams, and identity theft. Her mother screamed, "What are you saying? My daughter is a good girl." But Amara didn't cry. She didn't run. She stepped forward, barefoot, and said, "I am ready." The village stood still. Amara was led away. Cameras flashed. Phones recorded. Later, during a court appearance aired on national TV, more details emerged. She had started small, freelance writing, online marketing. Then someone introduced her to foreign clients, men who paid for fake investment packages. She used fake names, offshore accounts, Bitcoin. She made money, a lot of it, enough to build a palace in a village of huts. But she couldn't stop. The money changed her. It silenced her conscience. Until someone she once worked with, Chike, turned whistleblower. In court, she said, "I didn't set out to be a criminal. I wanted to help my parents. I wanted to prove that a girl from Okwudiri could make it. But I got lost. I started with ambition and ended with greed." She was sentenced to 8 years in prison. Back in Okwudiri, the mansion stood empty. Dust gathered on its gates. Strangers stopped by to take pictures. Neka and Obi quietly moved to stay with relatives. They couldn't bear the shame. The village was divided. "She was a thief," some said. "She fooled us." Others replied, "She gave us water." "She paid for school fees. Is that nothing?" Children told the story as legend. "She tricked white men online." Young girls spoke of her with a mix of fear and awe. She was brave. She wanted more. The elders remembered her eyes, the ones that had always looked beyond the hills. They say when a river dries up, the fish wait. But sometimes the fish turn to dust before the rain comes. Amara wanted more. She wanted to rise, and she did. But in rising, she forgot the foundation. Not all dreams are poison, but some are spiked with desperation. She returned from the city rich, yes, but her riches were soaked in lies. So what should we learn from Amara? That ambition without ethics is a fire without water? That we must question what we celebrate? Or perhaps that the systems forcing young people to choose between hunger and fraud are the true criminals? You decide. But remember, not every mansion is a home. Not every giver is clean. Not every silence is peaceful. And not every return is a blessing. Tell us in the comments, did Amara deserve what she got? Or was she simply a victim of a broken system? What would you have done in her place? Let's talk about it.